Baseball is America's pastime. Children's dream of one day playing in a large crowd and being up to bat in the last inning of the biggest game of their life with a chance to win it all for their team. So some kids end up playing in the major leagues. There have been many superstars and not so good players that played the game at the professional level. Most players will only be remembered for a little while some will live on forever. The best of the best will have a chance at being inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is a place to go and see some of the best players to ever set foot on a baseball field. The National Baseball Hall of Fame was built on Main Street in Cooperstown, New York. Cooperstown is a small, remote town in upstate New York with about 2,300 people. Even though it's such a small and remote location, it is estimated that about 400,000 people visit each and every year. Cooperstown was selected because it was thought that's where baseball was invented. Abner Doubleday was an American general in the Civil War. He fired the first shot in defense of Fort Sumter. He was a man that was thought to have invented the game of baseball. The National Baseball Hall of Fame is now the largest baseball collection in the entire world. The Hall of Fame was built to commemorate baseball's 100th year. They first opened the doors on June 12, 1939. The Hall of Fame started out with a gallery, museum, library, and the ticket office all in one small room. Since the beginning, there has been 7 major expansions and is now 3 stories tall. The first group to be enshrined was from the year 1936. If you're into baseball at all, you've heard at least a few of the 5 original members. Ty Cobb, Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Christy Mathewson were the first to be honored in the Hall of Fame. Once a person is inducted into the Hall of Fame, they get a bronze plaque. This is an exclusive honor for only the best baseball players in the history of the game. The plaques are 18 inches by 23 inches and have a small 3-dimensional sculpture of the inductee's head. On the plaque is also a 40-word or less description of their career highlights. All of the plaques are arranged on a wall in chronological order by the date of their induction. Inside the museum, there is over 35,000 3-dimensional objects, including bats, balls, helmets, and gloves. There's at least 135,000 baseball cards on display. In the library, there is over 500,000 images and over 12,000 hours of film. The library also has all of the official scorecards for each game that has ever been played. Anyone can go into the library and research whatever they would like. Some of the more popular inductees include Babe Ruth, who was inducted in 1936. He was one of the original 5 inducted. Joe DiMaggio got the honor in 1955. Joe DiMaggio had the longest hitting streak of 56 games. Jackie Robinson in 1962 was the first African American to be enshrined into the Hall of Fame. Hammer and Hank Aaron was also inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1982. Hank Aaron is the record holder for hitting the most home runs in a single season. This has now been broken by a few different people. The Hall of Fame is one of the most amazing and inspiring places for any baseball fan to go and visit. There's a lot of great things to see and experience in the Hall of Fame, and anyone that enjoys baseball should go and visit and see all of the history of the greatest game in the world.